Hello children, welcome to our today's online session. Hope all are fine. Today we can discuss something from our Flamingo, right? So we can discuss the next chapter from our textbook Flamingo. The chapter is Sermon at Benares. It's a story, something related with Buddha and his teachings. Now take your textbook, be with me, listen carefully and understand the chapter.
The Sermon at Benares, written by Betty J. Renshaw, is our next chapter from our textbook. So, this lesson is a story about Gautama Buddha. You might have heard about Gautama Buddha. He was born as a prince and he was sent to school at the age of 12. He learned all principles, everything from the school. But he had been shielded from the sufferings of the world. He was born as a prince, so he doesn't know anything about the sufferings of a layman, of a common man. But however, when he was 25, Siddhartha saw a sick man, then an aged man, then a funeral. And when did he saw all these things? When one day while he was hunting, he saw all these people. Actually, he witnessed four sights: a sick man, an aged man, a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. All these sights, all these four sights touched him very much. He is delusioned by these events and is thrown into confusion about the ultimate meaning of life. Till that moment, he doesn't know anything about the sufferings of the people. But when he saw all these things, he wanted to know the ultimate meaning of life. He begins to question the meaning of human existence and sets out to seek solution to the sorrows he has witnessed. So what he did? He left his family and became a beggar. He went out into the world to seek spiritual knowledge. So he wandered for 7 years in search of wisdom and truth. Who? Gautama Buddha wandered for 7 years in search of wisdom and truth. Finally, he started to meditate. He sat down under a fig tree to meditate. He vowed to stay there until he got enlightenment. Enlightenment means knowledge. After 7 days sitting there, after 7 days, Gautama got enlightenment. He named the tree as the Bodhi tree. That is the tree of wisdom, under which tree he was sitting. He named that tree the Bodhi tree, the tree of wisdom. He became known as the Buddha, which means enlightened or the awakened. He began to teach and spread his message of wisdom and truth. He became known as the Buddha, the enlightened. So this is about our Gautama Buddha. So he came to know as Buddha, the enlightened, and he did his first preaching in the city of Benares. The sermon, first preaching sermon in the city of Benares, an ancient city of pilgrimage for Hindus. The sermon is on how to deal with sufferings and death. So this is all about Buddha, why Buddha left his home, how he became Buddha himself, how Siddhartha Gautama became Buddha, all these things. Now I believe you understood. Now who is our second character in the story? She is Kissa Gautami. So who is Kissa Gautami? Kissa Gautami is a very simple lady. She had a son and she lost her son. The child died. She was crazed with grief. In her desperation, she carried the dead child to all her neighbors and asked them for medicine that could bring her child back to life. People thought she had lost her mind. She became mad, for everyone knew the dead could not live again. But she was a mother and she wanted her child to come back. So, what did she do? She carried her child everywhere and begged everyone to help her, to support her, to bring back her child to life. At last, someone told her that there is a person named Buddha who could bring her child's life back. And she went and met Buddha. The Buddha told her if she could get him a handful of mustard seeds, he would do as she wished. He could bring her child life back. So what did Buddha ask? A handful of mustard seeds. Hearing this, the woman became so happy as she thought that the task was too easy. A handful of mustard. It's very easy to bring it. You will get it from anywhere. But Buddha added that the mustard seeds must be brought from a family where no member had ever died. So she couldn't bring mustard from anywhere. From where she has to bring? From a family where no one had died so far. Is it an easy task? Not at all. Kissa Gautami went from house to house searching for a family in which no member had ever died. Will she be able to find? No. But she found no such house. In each and every house there will be a history of someone died earlier, or some grandfather, grandmother, or elder one, younger one, someone died in each and every house. So she couldn't find such a house from where she can beg for a handful of mustard. At last she gave up and sat down at the edge of the road. She saw the lights of the city flicker up and extinguish. This made her realize that people's lives were too short lived. Death was common to all creatures. Once you took life means you have to die someday. That is a common thing. Everyone has to pass through it. She had been too selfish thinking about her own grief. The path to salvation lay in surrendering one's selfishness. So, what did our Kissa Gautami understood? She realized that death is inevitable. Inevitable means you can't avoid it. Death is inevitable and no one can escape it. So she came back to the Buddha and asked for his blessings. The Buddha in his sermon told her that our life is brief and painful. Everyone who takes birth has to die someday. The vessel made by the potter is not permanent. It has to break one day. In the same way, everyone has to die. Death spares no one. Everyone grieves when someone dear to us dies. But grieving cannot bring the dead back to life. So death and sufferings are unavoidable or inevitable. The wise people do not grieve as they know the truth. Everyone has to die someday. Weeping does not bring peace to the mind. On the other hand, a person's pain becomes greater by grieving. So what we have to do? We have to understand that each and everyone who has taken birth has to die one day. Otherwise, our pain will become greater. His body also suffers. Not only mentally he becomes weak, but his body also suffers. One who has learned to control his grief shall have peace of mind. That person is blessed who has overcome his sorrow. So, if we truly seek peace, we should free ourselves from lamentation, complaint, and grief. So, this is the lesson given by Buddha to our Kisa Gautami, and this is the lesson that we are learning from the same chapter. What is the lesson? People who took birth has to die someday. Weeping or grieving only increases our suffering, so we have to understand it and we have to seek peace. We have to free ourselves from all sorrows, lamentations, complaint, and grief. So, I believe you understood the story and you liked the story. Now, read the text thoroughly. Multiple choice questions can be asked from every nook and corner of the chapter. So, read the text today itself, take down the notes. Thank you. Have a great day.